Hello everyone, today I'll be talking to you about the basic interface of Blender and some key features of Blender. So we've got a cube here in the scene at the moment, but let's delete that cube, hit delete, and we'll create a new one. So you can go up to the Add tab, Mesh, Cube. So we're going to use a cube. Alright, so over on the right hand side here you got a heap of little icons. One of the most important one is this little cube or object tab. In here you've got the location of the cube in world space, and you can move that around. I'm going to set mine to 0, 0, 0. Now it's bang in the center. You can rotate it on its 3 axes, but again 0 is good, and you can scale it in any direction you like as well. Alright, from there, what some of the interesting things that you can do to it are: A, you've got your hierarchy. You can go into objects and select their points. This is really important. Other things you can do is you can click back out of that, so you can go back to moving the object. Some of these tabs down here that we've looked at in the past have been the modifier tab that allows you to add the Boolean modifier that we've used in the past, and I'll do another tutorial to remind you on how to do that Boolean modifier. Now, I just wanted to show you some other interesting things about the cube and what we can do to this cube. So going into the cube, into its actual mesh, and we're just going to come over to here to mesh tools, and you've got a whole heap of different functions. One of the coolest functions is needing to add more edges and vertices into your cube to be able to manipulate it and make it into a more complex shape. So one of these tools is this extrude part, where you can select, say, a face and extrude that out. So I just clicked on that after clicking on a face, and it allows me to extrude it out. Once I click again as to where I want it, I have a few options down the bottom here that allow me to be more precise in how far that object is extruded out, so I can get a precise number. And there's a few other options there, but I'll let you fiddle around and play with them. So extruding allows you to increase the size and give it a bit more dynamic shape. Just remember, now I can drop it down, and I've got a different looking shape now. Another cool tip is in this Add tab you can go Knife, and you can select Knife, and you can left click on an edge and left click on another edge, and it'll create a line, and then you hit enter and it'll create a new edge that you can select and 2 new points that you can select, and you can now move them manually. So if I select it and pull it up, it's a completely new line that has been added to this object. An advanced version of that could be the loop cut slide, where you select, you can put it on any angle you like, and it will cut for you wherever you like to place it, a line all the way around, and add the vertices. Now if I go into my vertices, you'll see I've got more vertices, more lines all the way around that I can manipulate and pull out. It also means I've got more faces that I can play around with now and make a unique shape. So these are some of the really interesting tools that Blender allows you to use to make a complex shape, and I can get really creative on what I want to create. The knife can also work from a point to another point, so it won't create new vertices as long as there is a red square to another red square, allowing you to connect. And if it goes through another line, it'll create a vertex point at that line intersection. So I might create one, I could create one here to here, and there we go. Created a new line. Bam. creates two new faces, and now I can manipulate those faces, and that edge that I just created, I can pull it out, and there we go, got a very strange looking cube now. I probably can't call it a cube anymore, it's got too many faces. So with that in mind, you can do a lot of different modeling and manipulation to create an object that you desire. So just remember that over in this addition section, you can do clicking on faces, extrude regions, knife cutting, select another point and hitting enter, and loop cut, which will allow you to cut a line all the way around a particular object. Thank you for listening to this tutorial on basics of Blender.